Hey guys, I had a game plan to all this, but I think I'm just gonna go sort of free form and just say what I need to say. I think first off, I'd like this Facebook page to become more than just about me, and because that's not, it doesn't really necessarily need to be the focus. I would really like this to become a place of support for people. There are so many people who are just looking for a friend, just looking for a companion, looking for somebody to talk to and share some of their feelings with. And I know that people ask me, like, Blake, how come you're not answering me and stuff like that. It is increasingly difficult with the volume of messages. It's difficult to get around to messaging every single person. I really dedicate a lot of time to doing this. I really don't have a personal life. I just want to say, like, I mean, some people might think, oh, this is like, that's pathetic. Like, why don't you have a personal life? So, I've just chosen this path. I've chosen the path that I'd like to be supportive to you guys and really be a positive influence on the world and be a source of light for people. I'm not looking for a personal life. I'm not looking for a who of my own to unfold as in terms of like my own expression of individualism. I do that through music. I do that through my craft. I do that through my writing. I have outlets for that. What I really feel is this is all about you guys. This is what this is about for me. And why people are like, why do you care about people that you don't even know, and why this and that. And I don't think you have to know people to care about them. We share the same occupancy. We share the same world. We share the same planet. And after all, we are a part of this planet. If does it is it going to take like some sort of major cataclysm, like, if something was coming from space, like, say, an extraterrestrial alien life form, something was coming from space and it was threatening, would it only be at that point that we would actually come together as a collective, as a human race, to actually help and protect each other? It doesn't have to be that to sort of get it to that point for me. I'm just like, they're already there. I'm like, and I'm not projecting that something like that is going to take place. This is not like some sort of doomsday premonition or anything like that. I'm just saying that, it doesn't take much to just care about somebody you don't know and care about a stranger. If you think about the three possibilities, friend, enemy, stranger, right? People are like, well, it could be acquaintance as well. But like, typically people fall into these three categories, especially when you're meeting somebody for the first time: friend, enemy, stranger. You know, um, you're a stranger, you could easily become a friend. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people fundamentally are good. That's why it's the bad news that gets on, like, in the newspaper. That's why it's the bad news that gets on the news. That's why it's the bad news that's so prevalent, because, like, fundamentally we are good and the bad news shocks us. If we were fundamentally bad, it would be the good news that shocked us. It's because we are fundamentally good at the roots. And so I have this very strong, and I'm like quivering with just like, I'm elated. I'm happy that you guys are in my life, and I'm so joyous and blessed that I have so many of you. But I also feel very saddened by the fact that there are so many of you that don't feel very good about themselves. And then I get questions like, well, Blake, how do you remain so positive, and how do you remain so happy and stuff like that? I go through my own personal trials and tribulations. I go through my own personal storm, my own personal fog of war, and my own internal battles. But I just don't share them with you guys, because this is not about you guys worrying about me needlessly. This is not about you guys have enough problems on your plate than not have to worry about what I'm going through. And I do go through things, but at the essence of it all, I'm also like, I want to keep steadfast with that essence of light, that positivity, and I want that to radiate out. There's, by feeding the distortion, it's like, the quote, don't feed the trolls. Don't feed the distortion goes the same way. And I'm not trying to spin this into like a metaphysical or even religious context. I'm just saying, like, light does attract light. And the more you perpetuate darkness, the more you perpetuate distortion, it snowballs, and it just keeps collecting and getting bigger and bigger until, like, you've literally created a transdimensional vortex that's just now it's just now sucking in all the light, and it's not allowing you to really experience some of the more beautiful aspects of existence. And it's important that we do take time to reflect upon the good things that are taking place, that there is an essence in there crying out for us to just harness it and expel good, even just from like a moment of quietude within yourself. It's important that you take those moments and you let them ripple out, that you don't just stamp on them the moment you feel good. It's not like, well, here's a moment of feeling good. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be, skeptical or cynical of this. Allow the good to come in. I feel sometimes that we get so caught up with the bad, we get so caught up with the helter-skelter of life, we get so caught up with all the bad things that are taking place in our life, that we don't necessarily allow the good things in. And when they do come in, we're very, like, we're cynical, we're skeptical. We're like, well, is this really going to be good? I don't know. It happened a whole bunch of times before. It's going to be bad. And this is the whole idea of, like, I came up with this idea of like a whiteboard. If you take, I'm not gonna get it all out right now, but I think you can understand what I'm trying to say. If you write like good on, if you write like, I can actually do this on the mirror. Here, I can try this. Here, try this. Just stick with me. If you do this, like, say, let's just try this, okay? Because this is washable. So watch. If I take this and I write like good, and I write good on this, you can see, like, it's crude, but you can see, right? And then I try to write like, and then so good's there. So let's erase good and say, like, okay, so there's good there, okay? But let's write then bad. All right? Let's just say you can see it and you understand what I'm trying to convey. So every single time you have an experience, if the fundamental of everything is bad, as soon as you have a good experience and you try to write over it, underneath it all is still this bad thing. If you try to write like beauty, underneath it all is still this bad thing that's still sort of like fundamentally under the root of it all, right? So you have to clear this. You have to take time to clear this and allow this to be clear again. So you're not just continuously adding crap to these experiences all the time. You're not just bringing your baggage everywhere you go. And you're not like just clouding up the beautiful essence of yourself with things that took place before. You have to allow each experience to unfold as it does, and you have to release attachments of the previous ones. And it can be difficult to do, and hopefully, I'm going to make these videos. I'm going to try to make these videos on my Facebook page, like, every day. I'm going to be putting videos on my Facebook page. And on my YouTube account, I'm going to be posting just music and focusing on my artistry. So if you want to check that out and you're not interested in this type of content, I've got an entire YouTube page that's going to be dedicated to just my music, just my art. Some people are like, I just want to hear your music, and that's fine. But some people want to hear this type of stuff too, and you have to be open to different possibilities. So this is something that I just want to share with you. Desperate times call for drastic measures. Victims of crime, of guilty pleasures. Radically change your way of looking at the world. As life spins faster, hold on tight to the things that move at the speed of light. To keep from getting stuck in a state of undisputed ignorance, break the rules of attachment, hold on to your breath, and hope that life catches you on a good day. Don't let your chances pass you by as you're busy looking back. Stay awake and keep your eyes on the silver lining. The beauty of a hurricane is equal to the mess it leaves. And I just want to say, like, so many of us hold on to things, and those attachments to those negative experiences, yeah, okay, these experiences happen and you learn from them, but you have to learn from them and let them go. You don't learn from them and hold on to them and let them be, like, etched into your psyche and then transfer to every other thing that's going to take place. You have to let them go so you can take every experience at face value. And when you start to realize that as you get stronger and more confident in yourself and you let these different experiences go, you've learned from them, but you have to continue to have that, you have to continue to keep up with that growth rate, and that you don't limit yourself and limit your own light and limit your own happiness. I hope this helps. I love you guys very much, and I'm going to be making these videos each day. Just let me know in the comments what you'd like me to talk about, and if this babble even helps. If it doesn't, then I'll just shut up, and I won't bother. But I'm not claiming to be a therapist or anything like that. I'm just one person just seriously trying to do something for this generation. You're the future, and if people in this world think it's trivial what I'm doing, I mean, I don't know what else to do. I mean, how can I communicate with so many people aside from the internet? Like, I don't know. I mean, I can't, this is the way it is. This is what I have. This is what I have, and this is the best I can do right now until somebody else finds me and helps elevate this, and hopefully we can flash fire this into something more prevalent and more beneficial. But right now, this is what we got, and I love you guys, and ultimately, you're my future. Take responsibility of that. You are the future of this planet. Don't just give up on yourselves. Try to be part of the solution instead of just part of the problem. All right? And find light within yourself. It's there. You didn't start like this. You didn't start miserable. You didn't start unhappy. You didn't start. That was done to you. That's nurture, not nature. You didn't start like that. Remember, like you started as this innocent infant that was born into this planet without any knowledge or understanding. You didn't have these conditions. You didn't have this stuff. So at the basis of it all, there's an innocent being there, full of light, full of love, full of curiosity. Don't forget about that. Don't just let all that go and just like succumb to this distortion. Don't just look around you and be like, yeah, well the world's miserable, so I guess I should join them. You don't have to. You don't have to join them. You can find that light within you. You don't have to let it all go. And like when people are like, well, how are you remaining like this? I'm letting go. I'm letting go of the attachment of distortion. I'm allowing light to be in my life. I'm allowing love to be in my life. And yeah, things are going to hurt you. Yeah, things are going to knock you down. But every single time you're knocked down, you got to reflect upon what the cause of that, what the catalyst was, and then you learn to pick yourself back up again. You keep on rolling. Anyway, I'm just passionate, and I'm passionate about seeing you guys succeed. So, talk to you soon. Love you.